Alright guys, so this is the nutrition part. By now you've probably been sending email for your meal plans, right? And you probably looked at it and you probably thought, well, what does this all mean? So I made a special video for you just to explain and just to make sure that there's no confusion. Okay, so let's get this going. So in your email, I know that you got meal 1, meal 2, meal 3, meal 4, meal 5, maybe all the way to meal 7. I don't know. Everyone's different. Maybe you just have 5 meals a day. Someone else might have 7. So depending on yours, okay? And in every meal, for example, meal 1, I probably put 2 proteins, 1 carbs, for example, right? For meal 2, 1 protein, 1 carb, 1 fat. Now, everyone's gonna be different, but that's how it looks like, right? In your emails. Okay, so let's go over the first steps. Step 1, you're going to need a food scale. Right here, food scales, okay? It's very important. You can buy this from Target, buy it from Walmart, and as long as it's electronic and it can weigh in grams and ounces, you're gonna be just fine. Okay, don't freak out. Next, you need measurement cups, okay, and measurement tools. Trust me, if you're a woman, it's gonna help you big time, right? Cooking foods, making that recipe. If you're a man, it's time to start learning, guys, okay? It's important, all right? So, there's that, step 1, step 2. Okay, so now let's jump right into this, okay? As you can see, you were also emailed a list of foods, right? Your options. And this is just a short version of that list, okay? Your list is much longer. So in my protein, I have 6 options here, right? Option 1, chicken. Option 2, turkey. Option 3 is salmon. Option 4 is egg whites. Option 5, lean ground beef. Option 6, tilapia. So those are my options for protein. My carbs, these are my options for carbs, and these are my options for fats, right? So gotta get that done first. Basically, all of these options here, I have weighted out to a specific amount in which everything will be 100 calories. So, if you weigh your chicken breast 3 ounces, it's gonna be 100 calories. If you weigh your sweet potatoes to 4 ounces, it's also going to be 100 calories. If you weigh measure your olive oil, your coconut oil, avocado oils to 0.4 fluid ounces, that is also going to be 100 calories, okay? So, that's very simple, right? Everything, 100 calories, bam, easy. Okay, nextly, when you're weighing your foods, everything you're weighing has to be uncooked and raw. So you are not weighing your foods after you cook it. You're gonna weigh it before you cook it. And that's how this plan is made, okay? So now that we understand that everything's 100 calories, we know that these are the options, right? Let's jump into the meal planning and how to use it. So here's an example. Let's say that this right here is for Bob, okay? And I have Bob on 4 meals a day, right? Meal number 1, 2, 3, 4. Meal 1, he has 2 protein, 1 carbs. Meal 2, 1 protein, 1 carb, 1 fat. Meal 3, 3 protein, 1 fat. Meal 4, 2 protein, 3 carbs, 2 fats. So he has 4 meals a day, okay? And those are his options. Now, let's break things down very simply, okay? Meal 1, Bob gets to have 2 option choices for protein, and he has 1 option source for carbs, right? So for his protein, Bob's gonna pick 3 ounces of chicken breast and 2 ounces of salmon. So his protein, bam, that's done, right? Now he has to pick 1 carb. For his carb source, he's gonna pick blackberries, and he's gonna weigh out to 8 ounces, right? So right there, his carbs also done, right? So meal 1, he's gonna have chicken breast, that's 1 protein, and salmon, that's another protein, so that's 2 proteins now. For his carbs, he's gonna have blackberries, that's 1 carb source, and there you go. Meal 1 finished, right? Simple. Now he's gonna go into his lunch or his brunch, right? And he's gonna have meal 2. Meal 2, he has 1 protein, 1 carb, 1 fat. Okay? So, for meal 2, he's gonna have tilapia this time. And it's gonna weigh up to 4 ounces. So his protein is done. His carb source, he gets 1 carb source. He's gonna pick brown rice. Okay? Brown rice is gonna weigh it uncooked to 1 ounce, right? And then he's gonna cook it, and that would be his 1 carb source. His one fat is gonna be almonds, okay? 0.6 ounces of almonds is gonna be his fat choice. And there you go. Meal 2 is done, right? Protein, 1 protein is tilapia, his 1 carb is the brown rice, his 1 fat is the 0.6 ounces of almonds. So this is done. Bam, that's done. Meal 3. Okay. By now, Bob, is in a rush, doesn't have time, so what he's gonna do is he's gonna be smart. And he's just going to pick 1 protein source for his 3 proteins. Watch this, this is cool. He's gonna pick chicken breast again. Okay, now, because he has 3 protein choices, right, for his meal number 3, he's gonna have 3 servings of chicken breast. Okay, so that means that he's gonna do 3 ounces times 3. So 9 ounces in total, right? And that's gonna cover his 3 proteins. Makes sense, right? That's cool. So you can cook it all at once and be done with it, okay? His 1 fat, because he's in a rush, he's just gonna get some dark chocolate. He's gonna weigh his dark chocolate to 0.6 ounces, okay? Very simple. So meal 3, 9 ounces of chicken breast, and it's 9 ounces because he wants to have 3 of this, right? If he has 1 option source for protein, that's 3 ounces of chicken breast. If he has 2 protein sources, he can have 6 ounces chicken breast. If he has 3 protein sources, he can have 9 ounces chicken breast. Okay? And that will cover his protein. So, meal 3 is done. Now we go into meal 4, his last meal of the day. By now, Bob's tired, right? Dinner time. Okay? So, he has 2 protein, he has 3 carbs, and 2 fats. For his 2 proteins, he's gonna have tilapia. He's gonna have 8 ounces of tilapia, and that will count as his 2 protein sources. For his carbs, he can go a little crazy here and have all kinds of berries, right? So he has 3 sources of carbs for dinner, and so he's gonna have 8 ounces of blackberries, that's 1 carb source. He's gonna have 6 ounces of blueberries, that's another carb source, right? So now he's at 2 carb sources. And he's gonna have 7 ounces of raspberries. That's his 3rd carb source. Carbs done. Okay? Now it goes into his fats. He's gonna have only walnuts, and because 1 fat source of walnuts is 0.6 ounces, he's gonna have 2, right? So 1.2. 0.6 times 2 is 1.2 ounces. So for his 2 fats, he's gonna have 1.2 ounces of walnuts. And his meal 4 is finished. Okay, so that's how you follow the meal plans. It's very simple. As long as you're weighing your foods out, you're gonna have no problem. Okay, it's all very simplified for you. I know you got busy lives. You want it all done pretty much. I wish I could cook for you. I can't. So you do have to cook on your own. And remember, diet is a big part of this. We're gonna need to get this right. Okay, and so when you get this right with the workouts, everything's going to come together and you're going to start getting the results. All right, diet wise, you cannot outwork a bad diet. Unless you are working out 7 hours a day, you will not be able to outwork that burger, pizza, whatever it is. Okay, diet is so important, guys. It's so important. We gotta get this right. Okay, the last piece of information is we're gonna go over the free foods and the condiments. Now, in this whole list, you probably noticed, where's the vegetables, right? I'm bringing in the vegetables. This is a list of vegetables that you can have. And these count as free foods. So you don't need to worry how much you're eating, as long as you're not having, like 100 pounds of spinach, right? But I'm gonna assume that no one does that anyways. If you do that, then take a picture because I'd love to see that. Alright? So here's a list of your vegetables: spinach, broccoli, cabbage, celery, cucumber, pickles, green salad, asparagus, and cauliflower. Okay? Only have what's on the list. Wisdom, can I have carrots? My answer is no. It's not on the list. Can't have it. Okay? For vegetables, stick to this. These are the clean ones, the safe ones. Also, for your vegetables, no dressing. Be careful with the dressing. Ranch, Thousand Island sauce. I know it's so good, but we can't have it. Okay? For your vegetables, maybe put some lemon, put some salsa on it, which brings us into condiments. Condiments, you can have spices, salsa, hot sauce. Okay, hot sauce, I do not mean like, a jalapeno ketchup. That does not count as hot sauce. That has too many carbs. Hot sauce is like, sriracha or like those very, very, very little calorie hot sauces, okay? That's the ones you want to pick. Sea salt, has to be sea salt. Be careful of salt. Salt, bad for you. Not good for us, okay? Pepper, Flavor God. Okay, Flavor God is a seasoning. It's amazing. All right, you can buy this at Amazon.com, and they have 4 flavors right now. Amazon.com for Flavor God. Mustard, cinnamon, stevia. Okay, stevia, that's your sweetener. No more Splenda, no more Sweet and Low, no more Equal. Try not to have it. Okay, try. Those are not good sweeteners for you. They're not good for your bodies. And I know you're in this program to get healthy, improve lifestyle. So we're trying to get rid of all the junk, right? Stick with stevia. It's good for you. Okay. Another advice is when you're cooking your foods, be careful of the cooking oils. For example, meal 1, as you can see, is 2 proteins and 1 carb. There is no fat in here, right? So you cannot be cooking with cooking oil for meal 1. Instead, you can substitute and use cooking spray, like Pam, okay? Try not to use Pam, Pam's not good for you. But basically, almost any kind of cooking spray. I prefer the virgin olive oil ones or even the coconut spraying oil ones, okay? So that's your option for using oil when you can't. Now, for example, meal number 2, it has 1 fat. You can use your cooking oil. As long as it's only, 0.4 fluid ounces, right? Stick to the measurements, guys, okay? Stick to the weights. Let's see, the last thing I'm gonna go over is the topic of following a plan. The number 1 mistake that most people make when they start fitness programs is they don't eat enough. Now, the plan that I give you might seem like a lot of food in the beginning, but there's a reason for that, okay? And the reason is because we want to reset your metabolism. Right now, perhaps your metabolism is kind of all wired up from all the yo-yo dieting or the detox you did last week. I don't know. I know like women these days, even men, all of us these days, we're on all sorts of different diets, right? And so we're always switching from that to that to that. So the whole goal of this right now is to eat enough to feed your bodies and to help reset your metabolism. And that's what you want, okay? You might not be hungry right now, but later you're gonna start getting hungry. And that's because you're resetting your metabolism. Under eating is a bad thing, and that's the number 1 mistake people make. Under eating. And that's not eating enough. Whatever the plan is that I give you, whatever the plan I give you is, I highly recommend that you follow it. Do not eat less, okay? It's very simple. If you have questions, ask me. I'm here to help you, okay? But I made this video as simple as I could. And if you follow it, you're not gonna have a problem. Alright guys, diet's important, keep it up. I'll see you at the gym.